Hey guys, TheElusiveMad here, and today we are playing Do Not Take This Cat Home. I've noticed that we're about halfway through the endings, and we don't have any fun music, and the cats kind of, make me feel real uncomfortable. And it looks like our endings that we haven't gotten yet are not taking the cat home. I don't feel safe. Alright, let's play. You're walking. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out, and you're actually glad you did. The weather's absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You totally allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. What was that? Like I haven't been through this a million times before. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. The loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softens your steps. Hello? Is anybody there? Finally, the sound source comes into your view in the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. What could it be? At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. If this is like your first video, like this is the sound that's supposed to play on like the menu. It's not there anymore, and it makes me uncomfy. Guess that should have been obvious. Oh, baby. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. Baby, you look so familiar, right? Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. This one is a cutie though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you for getting this close like other stray cats might in the past. It's just sitting there, patiently, waiting for you to do something. I am sorry, baby. I cannot. I have to go. Sadly, as cute as the cat is, you'll never take that thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. Oh, I'm sorry. You are. With rent and bills you have to pay for, not to mention you need to buy food to survive too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? You can barely afford this little outing on your day off. I'm sorry, my living situation's not the best. I cannot. What to do? Well, I can't take you home, but maybe I could give you something to eat? The cat must be hungry, right? You can't imagine that it's had much to eat if it's so attached to that box it's in. Though it doesn't exactly seem malnourished either. Surely it must have left the box in search for food then. I mean, it is like in an alley, there's probably a dumpster. For some reason, something in the back of your mind tells you that's not the case, and not to think on it any further. Well, either way, you can't exactly enjoy your day out knowing you left behind a hungry cat, especially when you could have done something to help. So, what do you do about the hungry kitty? Not yet. So, what do? I guess we're gonna check our pockets. You dig into your pockets. Find a small piece of string in your left pocket. Not very helpful. The string is far too short. In your right pocket is a bar of chocolate. Wait, was that string from the yarn? The yarn ending? Is it? Nope, it's not even expired. Quite the find indeed. Just a whole chocolate bar, not melted, intact. You're about to offer it to the cat when suddenly you're hit with guilt as you remember something gut-curdling. Chocolate is toxic to cats. Oh my gosh, you resist the urge to vomit at your near mistake. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost killed you. You feel so guilty, you throw the chocolate bar away in a nearby trash bin. An almost cat killer doesn't deserve chocolate. You go back to the cat, barely able to stand its innocently oblivious expression. Oh, you don't understand. It doesn't even know what you almost... I'm so sorry. I don't even know what to say. You're a horrible person. Oh, I didn't give it to him. You know what? Stay here. I'll be right back. You leave the alley and return with a whole fish you bought at a nearby grocery shop. Super fresh. You're gonna love it. It was a bit pricey, but it was the least you could do. The cat eagerly accepts your offering, munching happily at the fish you'd placed in the box. You want to smile at the sight, but you just feel so awful. So sorry again. The cat seemingly pays no mind as you slip back out the alley. Not feeling like you deserve a peaceful day out, you decide to just head back home. We almost killed a cat. We feel so shitty. Oh, on the way home you notice more cats than usual watching from their hiding spots. You look cute, but you try not to think about it. You can't help but wonder if they know what you nearly done, but no, it's not like you meant to hurt anyone. Right? They couldn't possibly know. They're just cats. Silly cats. You finally reach your apartment building. You're about to unlock the door when... babies? Hi! Oh my god. You look behind you and only to see dozens of cats standing there looking at you. Did they see you feeding the cat in the alley and thought that you had more food for all of them? I'm sorry, babies. That was just for that one cat. I don't have any more food for you. None of them moved an inch. You're starting to feel a little unnerved when finally a single cat pushes its way to the front and... Oh, it's... Held carefully between its teeth is the chocolate bar you'd thrown away earlier. It places the chocolate bar down in front of you before looking back up at you. All the cats look up at you. Thank you for my chocolate bar. You feel their judgment. I didn't give it to you. I threw it away. You feel your sins weighing down heavily on your back. But without the money to buy enough food for all of them, you don't know what to do. We're gonna go inside. You decide to cut your losses and head inside. Your sins weigh down on you, but you're only human. What more could you do? Jeez. You try to ignore the yowling of the neighborhood cats as you go about your chores. You consider preparing dinner, but how could you enjoy it knowing how hungry those poor cats outside are? The ones you've wronged. You decide to take a bath and go straight to bed without dinner. A fitting punishment for someone like you. I don't deserve to eat. You forgo the fancy bath bubbles because you don't deserve them and stick to the water with a sigh. I don't deserve anything nice anymore. I almost killed some cats. Your mind races, but you can't really think of any immediate situation that doesn't require more money. You sort of something, anything you do to make things right. Suddenly your leg starts to feel really itchy. You try to lift one to see what's going on, but what raises out of the water isn't a pair of legs. It's a fishtail? Am I a mermaid? You feel dizzy at the sight. Maybe you're hallucinating from the stress. Yeah, you try to come out of the tub to cool your head, but instead of your hand raising up to brace itself, a wet fin stretches out to plop on the rim. It's too weak to hold your weight, and you're so startled by the sight. That you slip and smack your head on the side of the bathtub, passing out almost immediately. Well, if I'm a fish, I'm not going to drown at least. You're awake, you think anyway. You open your eyes and you're underwater? You must have slipped beneath the surface of the bathwater. You gasp instinctively. Except not really. A bubble simply floats out of your mouth. Up, up, up to the surface. You're broke as heck, so you know your bathtub isn't that big. Did you shrink? But how? And even if there were a reasonable answer, it wouldn't explain how you haven't drowned yet. You swim to the edge of the tub and see the truth in your shadow's silhouette. You've been turned into a fish! Great! This is impossible. You don't get any time to ponder this, unfortunately, because just then, a shadow looms over you from above. No, go away! You look up and see the cat. Peers down at you from beyond the water's surface. No! I'm gonna stay in the water. And you realize this is the answer. This is how you're meant to atone. With a heavy heart, you swim up to the surface. No. The cat scoops you up, tossing you out of the tub and onto the bathroom tiles. As you flop around, gasping for air or water, you realize the cat wasn't alone. I'm just one little fish! Dozens of hungry eyes peered down at you. You could hear the yowling of what sounds like hundreds of cats outside your bathroom window. You send one last look at the cat before closing your eyes and accepting your fate. As the cats descend upon you, tearing at your flesh, you find yourself mourning the fact that you're not even big enough to feed all of them. Even in the end, you couldn't properly atone. Your efforts, your life, all of it amounted to nothing. Seafood sacrifice. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do the pocket, and instead of going inside and see what happens there. All right, what do we have that is here? You glance around the dark, dingy alley and only see garbage bags, trash bins, empty cardboard boxes, and scattered litter here and there. I meant to do the other one. Fuck. It's fine. There might be another choice in this one. It's fine. There's something for the cat to eat. Surely I would have found it by now, right? But you don't want to just give up so easily. You keep looking. You look and only see garbage. You sniff and only smell garbage. You listen. What was that? You just barely make out the sound of faint scurrying by a trash bin a few feet away. Oh, so quietly. You creep over to the bin. And you lunge! Hi, cat. You weren't very graceful in your attempt. You stumble to knock over a stack of nearby boxes full of more trash. But as you stand up, grasping in your hand... Holy shit, we caught it! It's a small mouse. The mouse squeaks and shrieks in distress, wriggling and struggling. You're holding it too tightly and carefully for it to be able to bite or scratch you. It wears itself out eventually and looks up at you with black eyes. It's completely at your mercy. I, in good conscience, cannot feed you to the cat. Are you sure? We're gonna spare the mouse. You can hear the cat's stomach growling. It must be so hungry. Must be starving. I cannot give you this mouse. Oh, I'm sorry. You know the cat is hungry. Why are you hesitating? You caught prey for the cat's sake, didn't you? Are you really going to value the life of a filthy rodent more than the cat's? You cannot eat this. It might be diseased. I'm going to spare the mouse. You're mocking me, aren't you? Last chance. And over the prey. Now. This mouse is not for you. You let the mouse go. It scurries away, squeezing into a tiny hole in the wall, but you don't pay it much mind. You don't flinch as a giant clawed paw slowly falls in front of you, blocking your path to the alley's entrance. Not that you had any delusions about escaping. No, of course not. The cat is hungry after all. You close your eyes in acceptance that the paw gently pulls you back, and... a life spared. We have to go back and do both of those endings. Oh, we found a mouse. That would be perfect for this cat. He's gonna love it. I'm so excited. We're gonna feed it to the cat. The mouse looks scared, as if it can sense your intentions. It weakly starts to struggle again. Oh no, I'm sorry. Mouse is reluctant. Feed mouse to the cat. Sorry, it is the circle of life. Feed the mouse to the cat. Good, great. The cat tears it apart instantly. Ugh. I don't like this. I'm sorry. Ugh. Oh, really not okay. Mouse's pain squeaks and squeals pierce through you until they're abruptly cut off. Satisfied, the cat mews happily at you, red tinting its fangs. I'm glad you're happy. The cat curls up in its now blood-stained box and goes to sleep. You take the chance to leave. A well-fed cat will likely follow you home, after all. And cute as the cat is, you really can't afford a pet right now. Can't do it. Rent's too much, life is too expensive, can't have that. So you're feeling a little guilty about the mouse. You decide to just go home. After a long walk home, you finally enter your apartment. You head straight for your room and collapse on your bed, falling into a fitful sleep. Later, you wake up. Squeaking and scurrying noises all around you. So loud and constant, they sound like screams in the darkness of your room. Oh! You see the shifting shadows of hundreds of mice surrounding your bed. Ah, you try to run. Oh! Ah! But you cry out as the twin lances of pain race up your legs. You fall off the bed in your attempt to escape, the hordes of mice dodging you as you crash to the ground. You can't stand up. Looking back and squinting in the dark, you just about make out the source of your pain. The flesh and tendons of your heels and ankles are mangled, bitten through your socks. No, leave me alone! Desperate, you crawl with only your arms towards the door. Mice descend upon you. Oh, biting into your skin, gnawing away pieces of you. You start to fade in and out of consciousness, but you still reach up for the doorknob. Your arm heavy, weighed down by mice clinging to it with little claws and tiny teeth. You manage to jostle the knob enough for the door to slowly swing open. Plop. But your outstretched arm suddenly falls to the ground, lifeless. The mice manage to chew through the flesh and bone of your now dismembered limb. As a few mice creep forward and curiously inspect your arm, you stare blankly at it for a moment before sliding your gaze up. In the newly opened doorway sits a familiar-looking mouse. It stares at you, the darkness in its beady black eyes. You can't begin to measure their depths. Hi. Or the hatred pouring out from within them. All of it. Aimed at you. You collapse, head hitting the floor as your other arm is eaten away as well. You're not sure how you're still conscious. The pain should be indescribable, and yet you just feel a cold sense of loss. Mice have clustered along your back now, gnawing and ripping their way between your shoulder blades, into your back, to your chest. You weakly cough up blood. They must have damaged something important. There's something being pulled out of you. And in between the moments that blankets of darkness fade out your vision, you hear something wet plop on the ground in front of you. You pry your eyes open and see it in front of the mouse. Weirdly shaped, red with your blood and pulsing. And, oh, that's my heart, isn't it? And the other mice all descend upon it, abandoning your half-eaten body. You're losing a lot of blood. You feel sleepy, but you also feel anger? Yes. So much anger. How dare they? The last thing you see before your vision fails you is a pair of glowing eyes leering in from the darkness beyond the doorway. You can hear squeaks and shrieks of terror all around you. Low yowls, deep snarls, gnashing teeth, tearing flesh. As your remaining senses leave you, you smile weakly at the last of your strength when something with soft, slightly damp and sticky fur nuzzles your cheek. Oh, good kitty. Well fed. That one was... These are getting really intense. All right, we have one more, I think, on this. All right, we're gonna check our pockets. Chocolate bar. It's toxic. We know all this. We know that we can't give it to the cat. We went inside last time. Maybe my cat overlords will give me forgiveness. You collapse to your knees and bow down low as you start to immensely beg for their forgiveness. I'm so sorry, I swear. I'd do anything to make it up to all of you, but you're out of options. Suddenly, you feel something stir in your stomach and swim its way up your throat, closing off your airway as it tries to force its way out of your esophagus. It finally succeeds with aid from your helpless gagging. What the... Lying on the ground in front of you is a flopping fish. You just threw up a living fish? What the hell? Cat comes rushing forward, all tearing hungrily at the fish. You're happy to finally be of help, truly. But how? You throw up another fish. Am I a vending machine? And your stomach hurts. You're getting dizzy. Fall to your knees. Tears and snot are streaming down your face by the time you cough up a final tiny, bloody fish and collapse forward. Your throat and stomach both burn in a way that feels dangerous. You start to fade out, despite the pain. You strangely feel a more overwhelming sense of hopeful pride that you've made up for your disgusting actions, that you've been forgiven. I'm glad I could help. The sound of happy cats munching away on their fish fills your ears. Then, you feel something being nudged into your hand. It feels like it's the bar of chocolate you'd found in your pocket. You smile weakly. You successfully atone, but you don't really have the strength to eat your reward. Sadly, the last taste in your mouth as you leave this mortal coil doesn't get to be that of chocolate, but raw fish. Fishing for pardon. There's a question mark in there, so I have to eventually come back to this one to try and do it. I feel like the endings are getting like crazy. Like some of them were like kind of crazy, but like I feel like that was like holy shit intense. Oh my god. If you guys are enjoying this, if you haven't seen like any of the other ones, like check them out over here. I got the playlist if you want to look at them. And if you want, you can check out the next one or whatever else suits your fancy over here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.